What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So guys, channel membership is now live. Link is in the description and the first comment. Do check it out. That would really help support the channel. So let's start this video with an update from Zagarella. So this was first reported by Bodybuilders Without Borders IG page that Sazan is going to be competing in California Pro in 5 weeks time. The show that is scheduled just 1 week after the New York Pro. So initially Sazan's coach Chris Aceto announced that Saz is looking to compete in Spain and Dubai Pro only. But him jumping into this upcoming Cali Pro, does that mean that this is gonna be an easy win for him? Well, just because all of these shows, starting from the Pittsburgh Pro all the way in the month of June, they are just 1 week apart, as Cali Pro is scheduled just 1 week after the New York Pro, and New York Pro is scheduled just 1 week after the Pittsburgh Pro. Logically, guys like Regan Grimes, Michael Crizo, and so many others who are looking for their Olympia qualifications, if all of these guys doesn't win in New York, logically, a guy like Regan, if he isn't able to win the New York Pro, he's gonna be doing Cali Pro as well. So none of these shows are gonna be easy Olympia qualifications throughout this year, except for maybe China Pro. Now with Saz in this lineup, the competition here is just put on notice, not to miss their mark in terms of conditioning, because this guy is gonna expose you so badly, even if you are just a tiny bit off. I mean, Saz almost beat a top 5 Olympian, one of the most aesthetic bodybuilders out there in FIBA Germany, and that is Andrew Jacked. And that just goes to show you how good this guy really is. But that being said, he might not be the biggest guy on the stage, but the man is just so damn polished, and so detailed, and so complete head to toe, front to back. Now as Saz said, this is gonna be the year when he finally earns his Olympia spot, and he looks well on his way to accomplish that goal and to get his first pro win. So the passion for competing, that is back for Sazan, and you have to believe that he was never as motivated as the man is right now, especially after getting such a positive feedback, after looking so damn phenomenal in both Detroit Pro as well as in FIBA Germany. Guys, we have a limited time offer. If you buy any flavor of Bloodshot, you are gonna get a free Dying Breed t-shirt. The discount code is on the screen right now, and use the code FAZI10 to get 10% extra discount. Now California Pro is gonna have such a deep lineup, and one of the guys that we have featured here on this channel a lot, that is Florian, who by the way is another guy making his comeback in the men's open bodybuilding after 6 years at this upcoming California Pro. And I'm telling you guys, do not sleep on a guy like Florian, as this guy has been looking so damn massive and so big all throughout this prep, and there has been a lot of anticipation on how his physique is gonna look like, all filled up and full blown after this great off season that he had. And the man took his time after switching over from classic into the men's open. Now there is no denying the fact that Florian definitely wasted some very good years of his pro career trying to fit in a division where he just never belonged, the classic physique division, where we only saw a very downsized version of him. But that being said, that is in the past now. His legs, right now, they are looking absolutely insane. And the fact is that has always been the case with him. Even in classic, he had one of the most superb legs. So he was 4th in 2019 at Portugal Pro, when he made his pro debut just 1 day after turning pro. And even then, he had the best legs in that lineup. Plus the man is blessed with a very tiny waistline, and that has stayed very small for all these years, because he was never really pushing any food up until last year. So this upcoming Cali Pro is just gonna be a warm-up show for Florian, and that will also be a benchmark on where he currently stands against the men's open pros right now. So based on his 8 weeks out guest posing, it was pretty clear that his lower half, that is gonna be extremely competitive against anyone in the men's open. But his upper body, that still needs to come up a bit, especially his back. Now Patrick Tuer brought him in a phenomenal condition back in 2019. So he's working with a different coach this time around. And let's just hope that he beats his 2019 look in 5 weeks time at this upcoming Cali Pro. Next up we have a 10 weeks out physique update from Christian Zagarella. So that idea that the competitors who are qualified for the Olympia this year, they're gonna sit on the sidelines all the way till this year's Miss Olympia, that idea is kind of becoming extinct, because watching all of these guys going for show after show, collecting all those big paychecks, that is painting a different picture for us. Now for those of you guys who do not know, Christian has already qualified for the Olympia this year in the 212, and the man has also decided to jump into this upcoming Dubai Pro. And I am gonna say, why not? We have $40,000 on the line at this upcoming Dubai Pro for the winner of the 212, and that is the highest paying show in the 212, except for the Olympia, and that too by quite some margin. Now, I have got to say, if there are some smart people in the camp of the former Miss Olympia Sean Harida, they should advise him to go for this upcoming Dubai Pro, and instead of going for this past Arnold, that could have been a much better choice. So where did Sean place at this past Arnold? He was 7th, meaning he made no money at all, and Sean is at a point in his career where he's gonna have to consider how long he's gonna continue to compete, and that too at the highest level. Now I guess with Christian heading into this upcoming Dubai Pro, we are gonna witness a great battle between him and Nihat. Both these physiques are just so well put together. They're so classic. And Zagarella has put on some decent size and density during these last few months. Now Christian undoubtedly has one of the most beautiful physiques, one of the most eye-catching build in the entire 212 division. And he was a top 6 finisher at his Olympia debut last year. So he's a true classic guy in that 212 class. And for those of you guys who do not know, he actually switched over from classic into the 212. And his height, that is the one thing that kind of goes against him, because there is only so much bigger he can get, even during the off-season. Now Christian's current physique in the 212, that paints a perfect picture on how his physique would have never peaked if he stayed in classic physique. And ever since this guy switched over to the 212, he has been getting bigger and better, and his aesthetics have also improved, and they have pronounced even more than before. So I'm guessing we can have a battle even in the 212 at this upcoming Dubai Pro. So Behrooz, the defending Dubai Pro champion, he posed a warning shot towards all the competition who are in prep right now for the big show, which is happening in June. Now we talked about Hadi Choopan being so unlucky that he was unable to compete at the Olympia during the first 2 years, despite qualifying. But Behrooz is a true warrior. 3 consecutive years of him qualifying for the Olympia and unable to travel to the US because of those visa problems, unable to compete at the biggest bodybuilding show of the year. And the brutal thing is that the man has prepped all 3 of these Olympias all the way till 1 week out, just in the hopes of getting that visa. Well, the update on Behrouz's case for 2025 is that, at the very least, he's gonna have an answer, whether positive or negative, next month, and he can reapply accordingly. Now, as far as Dubai Pro goes, he clearly is the favorite going into that show. He gets as hot as maybe Hadi Choopan in all the areas, like the chest and the shoulders. The man is always ripped to shreds from the back as well. And all the people out there who have seen Behrooz in person and up close at Dubai Pro last year competing on the stage, they have a mutual consensus that this is a first call-out guy at the Olympia. So will Behrooz be a few pounds heavier this time around? Well, he might be. And Milos Sarcev, his coach, he's gonna make sure that his waistline remains the same as it was last year. So there is a very high probability that Behrooz is gonna win Spain Pro as well as Dubai Pro. And Dubai Pro is gonna be the biggest purse of his pro career so far. And we know 140 grand. That is a lot of money. And that definitely can be life-changing. Another physique update from Stephane Matala, weighing 280 pounds. And this one just cannot be ignored. Just stop for a second to think that this guy had to come down all the way to 219 pounds to make that weight cutoff in classic physique for all those years, to compete in all of those classic physique shows. And the man right now looks to be in a crazy good condition for this kind of off-season weight. Now Patrick Tuor, his coach, he's expecting a jump of close to 20 pounds. And I am talking about that stage weight. And 20 pounds is gonna make one hell of a difference in his overall physique when he makes his men's open debut this year. Now that is a very huge jump, but that is also very realistic as well, because the fact is he isn't building new muscle. He is just holding on to all that muscle that he was losing while making that weight cutoff. And that is why it is no surprise at all that his conditioning right now looks this good, even with that level of mass. So the most impressive thing about this off-season look is that how amazing his back is looking right now, since back wasn't one of his strongest points up until last year. So the pro debut is expected to happen later this year, maybe at France Pro. And it's gonna be a very anticipating one. So the condition that Stephane and Patrick Tuor brought last year at Portugal Pro, That was so damn impeccable. So if he really brings another 20 pounds of muscle into the men's open bodybuilding with that same kind of condition, this is gonna be a memorable bodybuilding debut. So this guy is a rare talent in terms of the look of his muscle bellies and the kind of chest and shoulders and the triceps that this guy has. Very full, very round, so striated and so detailed, kind of reminiscent of a young Phil Heath. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.